100 interesting facts around the world.
$54 million people alive right now will be dead within 12 months. In every episode of Seinfeld, there is a Superman somewhere. Chewing gum while peeling onions will keep you from crying. A blue whale's heart is the size of a Volkswagen Beetle and large enough that you could swim through its arteries. Goats have rectangular pupils. Sloths will mistakenly grab their arms instead of the branches of a tree, which can lead to fatal falls. 2/3 of Africa is in the northern hemisphere. It is impossible to lick your elbow. In ancient Rome, when a man testified in court, he would swear on his testicles. All the planets in our solar system would fit in the space between the Earth and the Moon. The average raindrop falls at 7 miles per hour. Coca-Cola was the first soft drink in space. Bruce Lee was so fast that they had to slow the film down so you could see his moves. Coffins and caskets generally vary. Coffins are usually tapered and 6-sided, while caskets are rectangular. While working on PAC-MAN, video game designer TOHRU WANTANI was allegedly inspired by the shape of a pizza with one slice removed. The average hummingbird's heart rate is more than 1,200 beats per minute. Along with the 5 traditional senses of sound, sight, touch, smell, and taste, humans have 15 other senses. These include balance, temperature, pain, and time, as well as internal senses for suffocation, thirst, and fullness. Cookie Monster's real name is Sid. Humans share 50% of their DNA with bananas. The dancing plague of 1518 was a case of dancing mania that occurred in Germany, where people danced without rest for a month straight. In 30 minutes, the human body gives off enough heat to bring a gallon of water to a boil. An adult is made up of 7 octillion atoms. For perspective, there's a measly 300 billion stars in our galaxy. Prairie dogs say hello with kisses. If you order a large tea at a coffee shop, the tea bag is the same, you just pay for the extra water. 4 times more people speak English as a foreign language than as a native one. Intelligent people have more zinc and copper in their hair. In Colorado, USA, there is still an active volcano. It last erupted about the same time as the pyramids were being built in Egypt. The largest known prime number has 17,425,170 digits. The new prime number is 2 multiplied by itself 57,885,161 times, minus 1. When the Titanic sank, 2,228 people were on it. Only 706 survived. There are no clocks in Las Vegas gambling casinos. When you kill a cactus in Arizona, you will be put in prison for up to 25 years. It's like cutting down a healthy species of tree. Coca-Cola contained coca, whose active ingredient is cocaine from 1885 to 1903. 1 in 10 people live on an island. The scientific term for brain freeze is SPHENOPALATINE ganglioneuralgia. 40% of McDonald's profits come from the sales of Happy Meals. Every individual has a unique eye and tongue print along with their fingerprint, including identical twins. Vending machines kill 4 times as many people as sharks per year. FREDRIC BAUR invented the Pringles can. When he passed away in 2008, his ashes were buried in one. The average 4-year-old child asks over 400 questions a day. A TI-83 calculator has 6 times more processing power than the computer that landed Apollo 11 on the moon. Humans shed 40 pounds of skin in their lifetime, completely replacing their outer skin every month. More than 2,500 left-handed people are killed every year from using equipment meant for right-handed people. Starfish can regrow their arms. In fact, a single arm can regenerate a whole body. Google's founders were willing to sell to Excite for under $1 million in 1999, but Excite turned them down. The spot on the 7-Up logo comes from its red-eyed inventor. He was an albino. If the human brain were a computer, it could perform 38,000 trillion operations per second. The world's most powerful supercomputer, Blue Gene, can manage only 0.02% of that. Multiple Marlboro men have died from lung cancer. Seahorses are monogamous life mates and travel in pairs, holding each other's tails. The oldest person on Earth was born closer to the signing of the United States Constitution than to today. There is a garbage swirl in the Pacific Ocean the size of Texas. Wearing headphones for just an hour will increase the bacteria in your ear by 700 times. Neptune was the first planet to get its existence predicted by calculations before it was actually seen by a telescope. The only elephant in the Berlin Zoo was destroyed by the first bomb the Allies dropped on Berlin in World War II. If you point your car keys to your head, it increases the remote signal range. This works by using your brain to act as a radio transmitter. 1 in 14 women in America is a natural blonde. Only 1 in 16 men is. About 700 grapes go into 1 bottle of wine. The most poisonous spider is the black widow. Its venom is more potent than a rattlesnake's. 315 entries in Webster's 1996 dictionary were misspelled. The save icon in Microsoft Office programs shows a floppy disk with the shutter on backwards. Every day, 7% of the US eats at McDonald's. Coconuts kill about 150 people each year. That is more than sharks. Albert Einstein and Charles Darwin both married their first cousins. Forrest Fenn, an art dealer and author, hid over $1 million worth of a treasure chest in the Rocky Mountains. This wasn't found yet. Stephen Hawking was born exactly 300 years after Galileo died. Drinking alcohol or taking any drug is basically you poisoning yourself. Speaking slowly and slurring after a drink, puking or sleeping is the body's reaction intended to help you overcome the effects of the poison. 13% of Americans actually believe that some parts of the moon are made of cheese. During his entire life, Vincent van Gogh sold exactly 1 painting, Red Vineyard at Arles. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. On average, 12 newborns are given every day to the wrong family. John Wilkes Booth's brother once saved the life of Abraham Lincoln's son. Warren Beatty and Shirley MacLaine are brother and sister. The world's youngest parents were 8 and 9 and lived in China in 1910. The original name for butterfly was Flutterby. Since steel was scarce, wood was used to make the Oscars handed out during World War II. Crunchy food goes soft when you leave it out for a while. Soft food goes crunchy when you leave it out for a while. The zip and zip code means zoning improvement plan. Possums have one of the shortest pregnancies at 16 days. The speed of a computer mouse is measured in Mickeys. Dolphins have names for each other and can call out for each other specifically. In New York City, approximately 1,600 people are bitten by other humans annually. Wilford Brimley was Howard Hughes' bodyguard. Jupiter and Saturn have diamond rain. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the first moon landing than to the building of the Great Pyramid. There are more atoms in a single glass of water than glasses of water in all the oceans of the Earth. Just before the Nazis invaded Paris, H.A. and Margaret Trey fled on bicycles. They were carrying the manuscript for Curious George. Cotton candy was invented by a dentist. Pregnancy to produce a healthy baby was 22 weeks and 6 days. The baby was the length of a ballpoint pen. By raising your legs slowly and lying on your back, you cannot sink into quicksand. Sherlock Holmes never said elementary, my dear Watson. Chocolate can kill dogs. Their heart and nervous system are directly affected. Daniel Boone hated coons kin cats. 55.1% of all US prisoners are in prison for drug offenses. Most lipstick contains fish scales. Slugs have 4 noses. It takes more calories to eat a piece of celery than the celery has in it to begin with. An approximate 0.7% of the world's population is intoxicated at any moment. In 2006, a Coca-Cola employee offered to sell Coca-Cola secrets to Pepsi. Pepsi responded by notifying Coca-Cola. Back when dinosaurs existed, there used to be volcanoes that were erupting on the moon. The only letter that doesn't appear on the periodic table is J. Camels Whales have 3 eyelids. Your brain consumes 25 watts of power while you are awake. This amount of energy is enough to illuminate a light bulb. Fish that live more than 800 meters below the ocean surface do not have eyes.
World Top 20. Your daily dose of information.
For more informative videos, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.